So last year we had something like 2,600 stores closed in the UK. And already we're halfway through this year and we've got more than 700 that have closed. What are your thoughts around retail? Is retail broken? And what can fix it if it is?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, Craig. I mean, if it's not, I'm not sure it's broken, but I think it's hugely fractured. It needs some attention, put it that way. So there's a lot of retailers, traditional retailers who, the big challenge is all the number of stores they've got, right? So this is why there's so many stores closing. But I think the biggest thing I'd push back to some of the retailers is, are they making enough of the asset they've got? But I think the biggest thing for me is leverage the asset you've got. So you need to do more than what you've got at the moment.
It may well be fractured, as Mark says, and I think that's the expression we would prefer to see. But it's not because of the fact that e-com is doing it to them. It's the fact that so many organisations are failing to change quickly enough, along with the other challenges of costs, of rents, of rates, of labour. So there will always be a place for traditional retailing. I can't see it disappearing, in totality. And there are so many sectors that rely on having a presence. There are so many goods that we buy that we don't want to buy just online. And it's the savvy retailers that are going to make the best of those leveraged assets that Mark talks about. So in-store technology to understand customer behaviour and to enhance customer experience. We hear in the press all the time about the shopping world these days being a destination and an experience. It's about doing something other than just going for your retail therapy and purchasing. So they're enjoying their time in a retail environment rather than going to the very poor high street retail experience that they have today of just going to a shop which doesn't fulfill their need.
As humans, you want to come together, right? So we like to be in a group, right? So we'll always want to come together, but we want to be in a nice environment, right? So there has to be a reason for us, as well as wanting to come together, we want to come together in a nice place to be, right?
There is a need for customer experience. To Mark's point, this whole social aspect, the lifestyle shopping element is important. The States possibly leads the way in that, and we're now starting to see that reflected again in Europe, certainly in the UK. Is, however, the day of the shopping centre at an end? And obviously we see a number of stores and big names, brands that are struggling in exactly that way. The space is there, but we need to do something different with it. And in order to be able to do that, you have to understand what customers are coming into store to do today. So you need the technology to, first of all, analyse that, and then start to say, well, actually, if people aren't going to the ground floor corner at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, what else am I going to do with it? Do I need to staff it, for the one thing? But more importantly, can I do something that's different to draw footfall from a different quarter? So again, we talk to retailers, hospitality companies about this all the time. And it is one of those big challenges of saying it's a changing model. So in answer to the question, retail per se I don't think is broken. I love Mark's term that it's fractured. And in some places it's a very nasty break, but nonetheless it's capable perhaps of being healed. And we certainly believe that we can bring both data and technology solutions to bear, which will help to heal it.